For months, astronomers told us not to worry. 3 Atlas, they said, was just another interstellar visitor, a fast-moving relic from a distant system, here for a brief flyby before vanishing back into the dark. It would skim past Mars, bend to gravity, and leave without consequence. But space doesn't do harmless without reason. And now, the James Webb Space Telescope, the most powerful eye humanity has ever placed in the void, has delivered data that quietly, unmistakably, rewrites the story. The numbers changed. The trajectory shifted. And for the first time, scientists are no longer speaking confidently. They're whispering. Because 3 Atlas may not miss Mars after all. And this isn't just about a comet. This is about precision. About timing. About an object that behaves less like debris, and more like intention. Let's rewind. When 3 Atlas was first detected on July 1st, it already stood apart. It was moving at nearly 87 kilometers per second relative to the Sun, faster than any inbound object ever recorded. At that speed, it could cross the distance between Earth and the Moon in under 80 minutes. Velocity alone was alarming, but not unprecedented. What stunned researchers was what came next. Instead of slowing or destabilizing as it approached the inner system, 3 Atlas began to accelerate, subtly, continuously, measurably. Its trajectory tightened. Its path corrected. And its coma, the cloud of gas and dust surrounding it, doubled in brightness within weeks. Spectral analysis showed extreme ultraviolet emissions and carbon dioxide outgassing at rates no comet should sustain. This wasn't random venting. It was directional. Then Webb saw something no one expected. Rhythmic pulses in the tail, not chaotic jets from solar heating, but precise emissions every 17 minutes. Perfectly timed. Repeating. Consistent. Not noise. Behavior. As observatories across the globe locked on, updated simulations painted a chilling picture. What was once a comfortable near miss narrowed to 1.95 million kilometers from Mars, a hair's breadth in cosmic terms. And here's the part that froze the room. At that distance, a velocity change of just 10 kilometers per second, a fraction of what those gas pulses already suggested, would be enough to convert a flyby into a direct impact. A nudge. A whisper of thrust. Mars becomes the target. Natural objects don't do that. Yet 3 Atlas appeared to be using its own outgassing as microthrusters, adjusting its course like a spacecraft would. Even more disturbing, those adjustments aligned perfectly with Mars' orbital plane. Scientists weren't just tracking an object anymore. They were watching something aim. Between September 19th and 30th, any single pulse could push the trajectory over the edge. That's when the conversation changed. Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb and his team published a paper that crossed a line few dared approach. The data, they argued, was consistent with an engineered probe. Radar returns from orbiting assets didn't resemble ice or dust. They came back sharp. Metallic. Structured. Amateur astronomers noticed something else. Thin, green, needle-like streams in long-exposure images. 3 of them, converging toward Mars, pulsing in sync with the emissions. The picture was becoming impossible to ignore. If 3 Atlas were to strike, the energy released would exceed 2 million megatons. A crater 60 kilometers wide. Debris flung into orbit. Some of it eventually crossing Earth's path. But the real loss wouldn't be rock. Mars is layered with decades of scientific investment, rovers, orbiters, experiments searching for ancient life. An impact wouldn't just destroy hardware. It would contaminate sites we've protected for generations. And that raises a darker possibility. What if the goal isn't destruction, What if it's delivery? Mars isn't just a planet. It's a candidate. Subsurface ice. Buried lakes. Dormant chemistry. A world that may still remember how to host life. If 3 Atlas carries organic material, or something engineered, an impact wouldn't sterilize Mars. It would seed it. Panspermia in reverse. Then came the leak. Webb's deepest scan detected synthetic polymers, structures resembling carbon nanotubes interwoven with natural gases. Isotopic ratios that matched no known solar system source. These materials do not form by accident. NASA went quiet. Telemetry gaps appeared. Press briefings stopped. And buried in a leaked internal transmission was a phrase no one could explain. Impact protocol initiated. Signals were sent to every functioning asset on Mars. Not to defend it. To prepare it. As if someone feared that the object wasn't just arriving, but listening. Cryptographers at the SETI Institute tried something radical. They converted 3 Atlas trajectory, velocity changes, and timing intervals into binary. What emerged wasn't randomness. It was structure. Atomic numbers. Prime sequences. Recursive spacing consistent with communication protocols. The message wasn't broadcast. It was performed. The flight path itself was the signal. If it hits Mars, that's one sentence. If it misses, that's another. And then, another coincidence broke the illusion of chance. The projected path crossed directly over Elysium Planitia, a region of Mars marked by strange symmetry and unexplained crystalline silicates that emit infrared pulses at 17-minute intervals. A rendezvous point. As Webb continued tracking, something else appeared. Trailing 3 Atlas at a fixed distance, unaffected by gravity, invisible to infrared, untouchable by radar, was a secondary shadow. Not debris. Not gas. Something that mirrored its movement perfectly. Not following. Not leading. Remembering. Dates began lining up. September 23rd Road. October 5th. November 11th. Rare orbital resonances that repeat every 54 years. The last time such a configuration occurred? Tunguska. Then came the strangest data of all. Human neural studies exposed to the object's pulsation frequencies showed synchronized brainwave entrainment, across isolated subjects, in different rooms, unaware of one another. Not resonance. Coordination. As if the signal wasn't just mechanical, but cognitive. Ancient sky maps were pulled. Babylonian. Mayan. Tibetan. All describing a flame serpent, descending from the dark, curving unnaturally near the sun, aiming for Mars. One stone carving depicted debris dispersion identical to modern impact models. Mars wasn't reacting. It was remembering. Then Mars answered. Xenon isotopes rose from beneath its crust. Seismic activity increased near Cerberus fossae. Magnetic pulses emerged every 17 minutes, matching 3 Atlas exactly. Olympus Mons emitted a harmonic signal, structured, repeating, deliberate. A planet responding before arrival. High-resolution imagery later showed dust formations shifting into 2 expanding ovals, an unmistakable eye, tilted precisely to Earth's axial angle. Mars blinked. And in the object's molecular trail, scientists found something else. A repeating, RNA-like structure. Not biological. Not inert. Responsive. Designed to interact with interpretation. Life as language. As alignment approached, Mars, Earth, and the Sun formed a perfect line, one mirrored in ancient monuments across our own planet. This wasn't impact. It was completion. 3. Atlas didn't come to destroy Mars. It came to finish a sequence. Mars is the stage. Earth is the witness. And we were never meant to just watch. Because this object didn't arrive by chance. It arrived on time. And now that it has our attention, the only question left is this: was it an accident, or an invitation?